Okay. Hello. Here is another excerpt from Sheep Smarts. Let's see. Oh, wait. That's better. Now I can see. Now I can see myself as I do this. Not that I want to. But, anyways, here we go. In this part of the story, Abel is 14 and Mei is 10. Okay, he says, we led our herd of sheep to graze in a valley near a small canyon. The grazing land was good, but I saw some piles of droppings as well as a fresh antelope carcass that indicated that some predators had recently been near the area. But it also seemed like they had left. I confided to May that I was worried that I might not be very intimidating to any predators attacking our herd, mostly because of my screechy voice. Puberty. But he didn't know to call it that. She assured me that she would have my back and be on her guard, and maybe that we shouldn't stay in the area very long today. Soon after some peaceful moments of grazing, our watchdogs, Olive and Beatty, started emitting some low growls as they looked at one of the walls of the canyon. I tried to see what they were growling at, so I slung a rock in that direction. I then saw enough movement that I could tell there was a saber-toothed cat stalking us. I could hear it snarling. So I tried growling back at it while slinging rocks at it. Of course, my voice cracked the entire time. The cat might have paused to look at me, and it was probably even laughing at me, thinking, seriously? Who are you growling at me with your crackly, screechy, and otherwise non-intimidating voice? It resumed its stalking position. Oh. I slung more rocks at it, but it was still far enough away and it could hide behind some rocks. Eventually, I ran out of good rocks to sling, so I braced myself with my staff. Suddenly, I heard a louder voice behind me, screaming and echoing into the canyon. The cat looked around in surprise. I suddenly saw May standing to my right, just a few steps away from me. She held her own staff in her left hand, and she held some curly stick as long as her forearm in her right hand. She held the thin end of the curly stick to her lips and blew on it. Then I heard another loud trumpeting noise that echoed through the canyon walls. Go away! She screamed. The cat looked terrified at this point. A scaredy cat. And was running away. The dogs started barking triumphantly. I looked back behind us to make sure our sheep were all right. The entire herd was grazing together several steps behind us, unaware of the danger in the canyon. Brr. Nice job, May. I smiled at her. My voice cracked the entire time, but I didn't care. I also saw that she had a second curly stick with her that looked just like the other one. Where did you get those? I cut them off the dead antelope, she shrugged. He was done using them, but obviously not using them to their full potential. She blew on it again, making the cool trumpeting noise. Cool, huh? I chuckled. And you're all right putting your mouth on something that you just cut off a dead antelope? Ew! She spit off to the side and wiped her mouth a few times. Gross! I didn't even think about that. I just wanted to show you. But then I noticed the snaggly-toothed cat in the canyon. Weren't you scared, Bubba? I was when I ran out of good rocks to sling, I chuckled. But when I tried yelling at the cat, I don't think it was afraid of me. It might have even laughed at me, but you did great. You came in with your loud voice and you stood your ground. Just like you taught me, Bubba. She smiled proudly. She motioned to the second antelope horn. Oh, and I saved one for you, too. But I would understand if you wanted to wash them off before we use them. Maybe they'll come in handy if we're on different sides of the pasture, but we still need to get each other's attention, like if there's danger or something. My face lit up. That's a brilliant idea, May! May was very helpful to me, especially during that awkward year and a few years following that. Her loud volume was a great gift we could use to our advantage. The two of us made a great team together.